It started like an earthquake in the heart of Tokyo's entertainment scene, sudden, thunderous, and impossible to ignore. The announcement of the 2026 Japan Music Awards nomination sent shockwaves through social media, leaving headlines burning across the nation. BTS had once again taken over Japan, with Jungkook and Jimin leading the charge. Fans didn't just celebrate, they erupted. How could two individuals, currently balancing military duty and global fame, continue to command such power across borders? The numbers spoke for themselves. BTS was nominated in nearly every major category: Best Global Artist, Song of the Year, and Performance of the Year. But what stunned the industry was how Jungkook and Jimin dominated individual recognitions. Jungkook's solo project, Golden Echo, and Jimin's emotionally raw, Seraphim Soul, not only topped charts but broke streaming records in Japan, surpassing domestic acts that once ruled the Oricon charts. Analysts called it the second wave of the BTS effect, a cultural force that transcends language, genre, and even national pride. Japanese media outlets reacted with a mix of admiration and disbelief. NHK described their success as a cultural phenomenon Japan cannot overlook. Tokyo Sports noted that BTS's dominance is no longer just about music, it's a study in emotional influence. What's remarkable is not just the nominations themselves, but the timing. Both Jungkook and Jimin are serving in the South Korean military, yet their artistic impact continues to ripple across Asia. Their songs, released months before enlistment, have proven timeless, resonating with Japanese listeners who find comfort in the sincerity of their lyrics and the vulnerability in their performances. Behind the glittering nominations lies a deeper question: how does BTS continue to expand its influence even in absence? The answer, according to cultural experts, lies in HYB's strategic media presence and the emotional legacy BTS built over a decade. Japan, once a competitive market for K-pop, has now become one of its strongest pillars, thanks to the emotional bridge BTS created through sincerity and authenticity. When Jungkook and Jimin sing about longing, resilience, and connection, they speak a universal language. Fan reactions have been nothing short of explosive. Hashtags like hashtag BTS Japan Domination, hashtag Jimin Golden Nomination, and hashtag Jungkook Rules 2026 have trended for days on X, formerly Twitter. Japanese armies gathered in Shibuya Crossing, holding banners and light sticks to celebrate the historic nominations, while Korean fans flooded online forums with pride and disbelief. Even while serving, they still lead the world, one fan wrote. This isn't just success, it's legacy. Music industry insiders say the 2026 awards could become the most watched event in recent Japanese history if BTS attends or delivers a recorded message. Rumors suggest HYB Japan is preparing a special visual tribute to honor the group's decade-long influence. Meanwhile, rival entertainment agencies in Tokyo have quietly acknowledged that BTS has reset the standard for global artistry. They are not competing anymore, one producer admitted anonymously. They are defining the criteria for excellence itself. The ripple effects reach beyond awards and charts. Japanese streaming platforms have reported a 320% increase in BTS-related content since the nominations were announced. Merchandise sales for Jungkook's and Jimin's solo albums have soared again, despite both projects being released long before. Even academic institutions have taken notice. The University of Tokyo's Pop Culture Department announced a symposium titled "The BTS Phenomenon and Cultural Continuity in East Asia." Still, one question lingers: what happens when both Jungkook and Jimin return from service? Industry watchers predict a new cultural collision, a renaissance moment for Asian pop music led once again by BTS. If they've achieved this level of dominance while away, one critic noted, imagine the explosion when they reunite on stage. For now, Japan stands mesmerized. The 2026 nominations have become more than an award announcement. They've become a mirror reflecting BTS's enduring impact on a generation that refuses to let go. From Tokyo to Seoul, from streaming charts to lecture halls, Jungkook and Jimin remain the heartbeat of an empire that keeps expanding, even in silence. In a year already filled with political shifts and cultural upheavals, one truth stands unshaken. BTS is not just making history, they are rewriting it. And as Japan prepares for its biggest night in music, one can't help but wonder, will the world ever stop being surprised by BTS? The story doesn't end with the nominations. It begins with the questions that follow. As the echoes of BTS's domination continue to reverberate through Japan, another wave rises, one not made of music or awards, but of doubt, speculation, and intrigue. Could this truly be the unshakable proof of BTS's unstoppable power? Or are we, perhaps unknowingly, witnessing a masterfully orchestrated spectacle, a phenomenon designed to keep the world talking, tweeting, and trending? Across social platforms, the noise grows louder. On TikTok, fan edits claim to have exclusive clips of Japanese producers praising Jungkook and Jimin, while others insist the nominations were inflated to stir attention ahead of a new HYBE project. On YouTube, analysts dissect every frame of BTS's past performances, searching for clues, hidden meanings, unspoken messages. But where does truth end and narrative begin? Could it be that the story itself has become the performance? Skeptics argue that no artist, no matter how legendary, could dominate headlines to this degree during active military service. They question whether the 320% surge in streaming data reflects genuine fandom or algorithmic manipulation. Others, however, see this as the natural continuation of a cultural empire that refuses to fade. You can't fake connection, one Tokyo-based music professor said. BTS resonates because they built something real, something emotional. But even then, how can we tell what's authentic when every statistic and headline now doubles as marketing? This raises an unsettling but necessary question. Are we celebrating art or consuming illusion? When fans gather in Shibuya to wave light sticks under neon billboards, are they witnessing history or participating in a global experiment of influence and perception? The lines blur with every viral tweet, every news alert, every reaction video that claims to expose the truth. Perhaps this is the new reality of pop culture in 2026, a space where authenticity and performance are indistinguishable. BTS, willingly or not, has become both the subject and mirror of that tension. Jungkook and Jimin may have crafted music with sincerity, but the world around them transforms their sincerity into spectacle. Does this make their impact less real? Or does it, paradoxically, make it more powerful, because even the doubt becomes part of their legend? As we scroll, comment, and share, we must ask ourselves, what are we really consuming? Are we chasing connection, or are we chasing the feeling of being part of something extraordinary? Every post tagged with hashtag BTS Japan domination may be both an act of devotion and a signal in the algorithmic noise. Every fan reaction might amplify truth, or bury it deeper beneath layers of speculation. Our information, as we must admit, comes from a mosaic of modern media. TikTok clips, X threads, YouTube breakdowns, and online news portals. These fragments form the narrative we are reading now. But can a story built from fragments ever capture the full truth? Or is truth itself a moving target, reshaped by the very platforms we rely on to find it? It's easy to be swept away by the headlines. BTS shocks Japan, Jungkook and Jimin rewrite history. But in a media landscape that thrives on emotion, we owe it to ourselves to pause, to question, to reflect. Are these stories telling us what's real or what we want to feel? In an age where engagement equals profit, even truth has a price tag. And yet, amid all this skepticism, there's something undeniable: the emotional gravity of BTS's influence. Whether through fact or narrative, orchestrated or organic, the connection they've built is genuine in its impact. Fans cry, celebrate, and believe. And belief, in today's digital world, often shapes reality itself. Perhaps that's the real phenomenon. Not just BTS's dominance, but the way we participate in it.so. To every reader, every army, every skeptic, ask yourself, do you believe this is happening because of who BTS truly are, or because the world needs them to be? Could both be true? Or has the boundary between truth and storytelling already dissolved into the same glowing screen?